Now, when we opened up and then we just kind of had some selling pressure, and then we kind of popped up and we had a buyer right here. This buyer right here kicked off a nice short once we got below here, and then we had this close of this candle. We had a triple stacked imbalance. You could have easily gotten short on that and wrote it down to here for about 50 points. Okay, and then right up in this area right here, we had some buyers and sellers. So right here in this area, we had two sellers on this candle right here. You had a trapped buyer. You had another trapped buyer right there. So when you see a trapped buyer and we start trading below that, more than likely they're going to be cutting that because this is like 50 or more contracts. And you could have easily have gotten that and then come down and possibly get about 30 points on that. Then we had some buyers step in here, and then we had 25 to 50 contract buyer, and then we had another 50 plus contract buyer right here. But this is what you really want to see. Once you start seeing these buyers and this little consolidation area, once you see an accumulation of buyers, if we're moving up, that's fine, but right up in here would be resistance. But right here, we had a double stacked buy imbalance right here because we had some strong buyers up in here, but we had like a doji candle. And then once we started breaking this area right here, once we started breaking this area right here, those buyers, all these buyers, once we start breaking that area and we start trading below here where these sellers are, you're going to have sellers come in and keep pushing the market down. All these buyers, large buyer, large buyer, large buyer, large buyer, all these buyers are going to be underwater, and that's exactly what happened. So once you start, you can start a position and then add to it if you want, and then you come right down here and get yourself about a 100-point move. Now, I did get some of this short, but to be quite honest, once we started getting into this area right here, and we started little area, we started consolidating within about 10 minutes, I just went on ahead and just cut it and got out, but then we just kind of collapsed even more. And then, of course, you had some large buyer here, and once that large buyer here got trapped, we kind of sold off. Then you had a large buyer, and then right up in here, this is what you really want to see. You have a large buyer, and then we opened up, and then right here we had a double stacked buy imbalance. But when you see it green like this, and then we start closing below, that is absorption. All those buyers got absorbed. So once you start breaking this candle right here, once you start breaking this right here, this low right there, you could have went short and got yourself a nice 100-point move. That is what you want to see. You want to see trapped buyers right here in order to go short. And that is exactly what we did. Now, once we started selling off, I got a little bit long up in here, not very much, and I kept the stops kind of tight because we are definitely in a downtrend. So I tried to take a counter trend trade because we saw this seller right here, large seller, 50 more contracts, get trapped. Then we had a buyer. So you buy right here, and we started moving up. But once we started selling off back again, just get out. And I think I got like about 10 points on that. Nothing really big. But then we just been consolidating for the rest of the afternoon from like 11:35 to now. We're just consolidating. But this is just a wrap up 5-minute, the NQ 5-minute wrap up. I just wanted to go over the trades that you could have taken. Now, if you don't want to trade minis, you can trade micros. On a 5-minute, you can easily see, like, okay, we've got a triple stacked imbalance area, a sell imbalance. We got a trapped buyer up here. You can do some micros, throw on a couple micros, And then once you get it in your direction, you can throw in more, and then you can start playing off the pain of these buyers here. And once we started breaking, you can add a couple micros, and then once we start flushing, you can add more. So if you want to play off of 5 minute, and you got to be careful when you're playing off the 5 minute and you're trading minis, because I mean, a 20-point move is like $400. So if you're trading these evals, that you can easily blow up an account when you're trading minis. But you can throw in like 4 or 5 micros, and get yourself some nice runs. So that's all I wanted to go over. We'll see what we can do Friday.